Hi, this is Ashley from Nursing, and today I'm going to just be giving you a short instructional video on how to complete this worksheet. So, tomorrow in class we're going to be going over some quotes from the chapter that we've just finished reading in our book Holes. So, this worksheet is called Quote Analysis. And we're going to be doing just that. We're going to analyze some of the quotes that are in the book. So just some instructions on how to complete this form so that when we get into class, it will be easy to get through. So you can learn a lot from a quote by explaining it in 4 parts called a quote analysis. Number 1, write the quote and page it comes from. Put it in quotation marks. So this is our quote right here. It makes you feel better to call me Mom, Theodore. Go ahead and call me Mom. That's a quote that we have as an example. Explain who said those words and to whom they are talking. So this is the speaker of the quote. So we have that right here. Characters. Mr. Pendeski says this to his boys. Right? So the words me right here and right here refer to Pendeski, Mr. Pendeski, and these words here, you and Theodore, refer to the boys that he's talking to. So those are the characters that are influential in this quote. So number 3, paraphrase the quote in your own words. So down here, what does it tell you? Mr. Pendeski wants them to feel comfortable with him. He doesn't want to scare them. So this is taking the quote that we've just read and putting it in our own terms for it to make sense to us. Taken read in context, we'll find out that Mr. Pendeski wants them, like this says, to feel comfortable, so he allows them to call him Mom. So the last instruction right here says, oh, sorry, skipped 4. Explain what this quote tells you about the character or the plot in the story. Right? So, what does this tell you about Mr. Pendeski? This also goes under what does it tell you. So once this tells you about the character that Mr. Pendeski is a mother figure to the boys. He wants them to feel comfortable. He's a generous presence in the book. So what kind of person would say these things? Why would they say it? What would they have to know or be thinking about to say it? So those are all questions that we can ask when we're analyzing the sentence that we're going through. So as we come down here, this is just the same sections that we talked about up here. So whenever we go through another quote, so we have an example right here from page 53. If anyone gets a day off, it should be me. That's only fair, right? So this is the quote right here. We can actually just copy and paste it to save a little time. The characters taken in context, if we have the book right in front of us, which you should have. This is X-Ray talking to Stanley. So, if anybody gets a day off, it should be me. That's X-Ray. And he's referring to Stanley as anybody. So those are our 2 characters in this phrase. So, to paraphrase, X-Ray is telling Stanley that he deserves a day off instead of Stanley. So, X-Ray is saying he deserves more than anyone else to get a day off. So what does this tell us? Right. If we look back at our guided questions up here, what does this quote tell you about the character or the plot? So it tells us a little bit about the character, that he's a little controlling. Right? He seems like Stanley describes him as the leader of the pack. Right? So why would he say this? Let's use that. Why would he say it? He would say that X-Ray has been at the camp for much longer than Stanley. Therefore, he thinks he deserves a day off. So this is just an example of two quotes that we went through. So the example that was done for us, and we just did one all together. So tomorrow in class we will be doing more, or we will be analyzing some more quotes. So make sure to pay attention to them as you go through chapter 11 again. And I will see you tomorrow in class. Thank you.